are you guys doing?
Good.
Good. I am Stephanie Olson. Stop me at any time. I like to be very interactive, and I love being in front of cameras. That is my favorite. I hate it. Oh my gosh. Can I just tell you, I love being in front of people. Once there's a camera there. Carter today said that you can get out of this day what you put in, right? So I want to ask you a very honest question, because he said give 100%, yes? But let's be honest. There are some of you who are here to give 100%, and some of you, not so much. So who is here willing today to give 100%? Okay. Some of you are looking around like, is it 100%? Is that right? Yes, okay. 100%, raise it high, because if you're giving 100%, you better be proud of that 100%. You know what I'm saying? Okay, now there you go, standing up for your 100%. Now, how many of you are more like 75%? 75%, I'm willing to give 75. How about 50? Okay, I know some of you have not said, so 50%. Lower? Are you lower? Hey, dude, if you're 50, that's all right, tell me. Okay, now those of you that are here for 100%, I want to hear why. Somebody tell me why you're in for 100%. Raise your hand. Okay, why? To learn new things. So what do you want to get out of today? Knowledge. Okay, what else? Who else is here for 100%? Yes. I love that. Okay, hold on. Say that one more time. Okay. I haven't worked out today. This is good. Okay.
This is my first time I'm in CCLA, and I want to make sure that I have a good time for myself and so that I can learn.
That's awesome. I love it. Welcome. You know what? You have one shot. You have one shot at this life. And so if you are not in this life for 100%, I mean, yeah, today, it's important to be here 100%. But if you are not in this life for 100%, what are you going to get out of it? What are you going to get out of it? Not a lot. You have got to be in 100% because this is your one shot. This is it. And I don't know how it started for me, but at some point in my childhood, I became extremely terrified of spiders. I know a lot of you are, yeah, I'm afraid of spiders too. No, not like me. And I can say that because there were some really weird reactions that I'll go into a little bit later with my fear of spiders. I thought mine was the most intense until I talked to my sister, Joy. I called her about something really important, actually, having to do with this event, and she answered the phone. And I said, are you okay? I mean, I was panicked, getting ready to call 911. And I said, are you okay, Joy? Joy, are you okay? What do you need? A big spider. I knew at that point I was okay because I was in Omaha. So I wasn't worried about her at all. But I knew I could, because I've struggled with fear on spiders, I am an expert. So fortunately for her, she had me on the phone at that very moment. So what I said to her was, the very first thing, we need to find out, where is it? Where is it? She said, it is under the laundry basket. Right there, that's impressive. At that point, I walk away, typically. If it's under the laundry basket, I don't worry about it. But she needed to do laundry or whatever. So apparently what happened was she was doing laundry. She took out a shirt and flung it. I don't know why she flung it. Do you do laundry like that? She flung it, and the spider flew across the room.
It was huge, and according to her, she turned around to look at it, and it was coming straight at her. Probably to kill her, because that's what spiders do. So somehow she got it under the laundry basket, and she doesn't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Okay, you got me. Calm down, calm down. First thing you need to do is get a pair of boots. Get a pair of boots and put some boots on. She said, boots? Why do I need boots? I said, because what's going to happen is you need to put the boots on so that the spider doesn't crawl up your spider leg, well, it's not spider leg, crawl up your pant leg and kill you from the inside. So she said, I don't have boots. I don't have any boots. I said, you don't have boots. You live in Nebraska. It gets really cold and snowy here. How could you not possibly have boots? She said, I don't have boots. What else could I use? Okay, get the biggest, clunkiest shoes you have. Okay, I have my husband's Croc. A Croc. This girl is clearly not equipped to deal with spider issues. A Croc. And she only had one. Okay, fine. Put the one Croc on. Now I'm on the phone. And you need to get in the laundry basket. And you need to jump up and down like this. Now I was actually doing this on the phone because it's important to demonstrate, even if the person is not seeing you. So we're doing this together. Jump up and down on the phone. Jump up and down like this. Okay. For a really long time. Okay. Back away from the laundry basket. Now what do? You have two options at this point. Actually, three options. I would only take one. I would leave and then wait for my husband to get home. That's what I would do. That was the first option. She didn't want to take that. I said, well, at this point, you only have two other options. You either need to call someone to come over and make sure that the execution was successful, or you need to check yourself. And so she did. Apparently, she checked to see if the assassination was, and it was accomplished thanks to me. I just want to say, skillful spider assassin is who I am.
I used to be a very easily offended person. I have fortunately grown out of that. But the last 2 weeks before preparing for this conference, I have had the opportunity to get really offended 5 times. I know, I counted. Now, what happens when we get offended? Well, we get really angry, right? We get really hurt. And what it does is it winds up consuming us. So I'm going to share with you a little bit about who I got offended with. Because they're right. Would you stand up, please? No. I'm just kidding. That would be super mean. That might be considered revenge. What happens when we get really offended? We get angry, we get consumed with that, we can't think about anything else. I mean, it kind of takes over a little bit. And then we want to take revenge. And revenge is not like on TV necessarily, where we might, somebody does something and we manipulate their job is going to be lost, and we go into their, TV, it's very dramatic. We kill them or something, That is not necessary. It could just be giving someone the silent treatment. It could just be saying something to stick it to them. And I recognize some really important things here when I got offended. So what I learned was that when you get offended, you want somebody to know that you've been wronged. You want to either confront that person immediately. Now, I'm a confronter. Other people, like I won't mention my sister, for example, don't like to confront things. And so maybe you want to go and just talk about them behind their back. These are the two things that you really want to do, I think, when you get really offended. What I think I realized I needed to do was take a breath and do nothing. Now, there are times when you have to react immediately, right? Somebody says something offensive, and they're standing right there. They're requiring a response. It's always best to just stop and breathe before you respond, because otherwise your response may sound like some of the responses I can't share with you that I have given in the past. But if you can take a break and not say anything at all and walk away from the situation, that is probably one of the best things that you can possibly do. Take a step. What I realized was the reason that I was so upset often had nothing to do with the real offense. That there were times when I was extremely offended about something that happened, but when I looked at myself, I realized there was some deep hurt from the past that brought this up, or there was something else that that person may have done that I hadn't worked out with them in the past, or whatever it is. Sometimes it's not that offense that really is the problem. I mean, how many people that have this massive road rage are really that upset with the person that just cut them off? I mean, really, you know, they're shooting people and things. I'm guessing that's not the real problem. And there may be some deep things that they need to deal with. And that's what we need to look at.
I grew up in a good house. My biological father was remarkably abusive. And my mom was in this very abusive relationship, but she escaped from this relationship when I was only a year old. Now, that's good, right? Escaping from an abusive, violent relationship. But as a little girl, I didn't understand that. And at the time that my mom escaped that relationship, my biological father, other than coming after us with a gun to try and get us back, she didn't go. Other than that, he didn't call me. He didn't contact me. It was as if, to him, I never existed. Now, what does that do to a little girl who thinks, okay, so if my own biological father doesn't love me, I must not be very lovable. If my own biological father doesn't think that I am worth something, I must not be very worthy. And so for years, I spent my childhood, my time in middle school, my time in high school, looking for ways where I could prove that I was loved, that I was worthy, because I didn't feel that at all.
I've been painting my house for about a week. Do I have any painters in here? Any people who can paint rooms and stuff? Because I would like you to come over. So I've been painting my room, and I was painting a wall red. So red is kind of hard to paint because it's dark, and you'd think it'd be easier, but it's not. And I was standing on a ladder, and I had my paint tray over my thing. I don't know the term. And it was kind of crooked, and I was on top of the ladder. I was cutting in and my paint tray, my red paint tray fell. Yeah. You thought your spill was bad? No. This was bad. And my paint tray crashed all over my floor, which is wood, and except for what I had on top of my wood floor was what? Yeah, I had a drop cloth. That's what we have got to be for each other. We've got to be each other's hearts. Yeah? Not hearts. Hearts. We've got to be each other's hearts. We've got to be each other's drop cloths. We've got to take care of each other. Because when you spilled, you immediately was like, I'll take care of that. I'll take care of that for you, right? That's what we've got to be for each other. We are so nice. Yes, we are. We're very nice. We're trusting. And we are, and even though, Iowa, you guys don't know what your name is or your tag, you're nice people, right? Cab drivers, nice people. Yes?
How many of you would like this? It's a $20 bill for those of you who can't see. It's real. How many of you? Okay. So quite a few of you. Oh, what if I do this? I'm going to crumple it. Oh, that's a dirty $20 bill. Yes. Horrible $20 bill. Now, how many of you want this $20 bill? So why do you still want this $20 bill?
Because you can still flatten it out and use it.
You can still flatten it out. You can even use it while it's crinkled, right?
I can trade it in the office and get a new one.
You can get a new one? Do you need a new one?
It still has the same value.
Exactly. What's your name?
Kelsey?
Elsie? Kelsey. Kelsey's right. You guys, this still has the same value. Doesn't matter. You don't have to get a new one. You don't have to straighten it out. Whether it's crinkled, whether it's straight, whether it's crisp, this $20 bill still has the same value. And there is nothing more important. If you walk away from today hearing nothing else, I want you to hear this. You are valuable.
Or if we were to look at ourselves by taking off those toxic colored glasses, we would know how valuable and how worthwhile and how beautiful we are. And that changes everything. That changes the relationships you get into. That changes your ability to go out and pursue your dreams. That changes how you view yourself, how you treat yourself. You guys are so important, and you're so valuable. And I wish that I could have heard someone say that to me when I was your age, because it would have changed everything. And it would have allowed me the ability to really learn how to appreciate who I am, just who I am. You guys are beautiful, and you have so much going for you. Don't ever allow anyone to take that away from you.
I was driving the other day. How many of you know where Norfolk is? Yeah, okay, I didn't. And I was driving, and in my mind, I was thinking North Platte. I don't know if you know this, but Norfolk and North Platte, they're nowhere near each other, okay? So I put Norfolk, I put the address, the correct address, in my GPS. But in my mind, I knew where I was going. I was going to Norfolk, that was near North Platte. That's where I was going. So I live in Omaha. So it was supposed to take me 2 hours to get to Norfolk. And I had it in my GPS, and if I would have just looked at it, I would have known where I was going. If I would have turned it up, I would have been able to hear where I should go. But instead, I trusted my instincts, and I went to Lincoln, because I was on I-80. Everything's off of I-80, right? And all of a sudden, I look at my GPS that is telling me now to go back to where I started, and I'm an hour out of my way. Now, I'm supposed to be at an FCCLA event, actually, at 11:15. And my GPS is now telling me that it's going to take me to my location by 11:45. I'm in trouble. Now, I'm not going to tell you that I broke a few laws. I'm not going to tell you that. And I'm not going to tell you I may have, made it, actually, by 11:09. I'm not going to tell you that I passed 3 semis in one shot. I am not going to tell you those kind of things, okay? Not going to tell you that. What I'm going to tell you is that if I hadn't relied on my instinct, if I had actually looked at the tool that I had to get to where I needed to go, I would have made it. Life is like a hallway. Think about a hallway. When you're walking down a hallway and you walk down a hallway like this, what's going to happen to you? You're going to run into things. You might not even make it to the end of the hallway, right? You're going to be like this and you're going to bump into people and people are going to be mad at you because that's annoying. But what happens when your focus is up here and you're walking down the hallway? You make it to the end of the hallway. You can see where you're going. You don't bump into people. Life is like that, guys. You can live your life any way you want. You get to choose. You can give 100% to this life and be aware of what's going on, or you can walk down a hallway like this. Now, I want to hear really quickly some of your goals in life. Some of your goals. What are your goals? and it can be high school goal, it can be college goal, it can be career goal. Yes, ma'am. Graduate college and what? Become a PA. That's a fabulous goal. Good for you. Graduate college and become a PA. Yes. You want to become a math teacher. Excellent. That is great. You want to own your own cafe. That's awesome. Good for you. A personal fitness trainer, own your own gym. Who else? Yes. Sign language teacher. Great. Animal nutritionist? That's awesome.
Go to UNL and become a doctor.
What kind, do you know?
Like a doctor.
A what?
Nutrition.
A nutrition, a pediatrician. Oh, that would, yes. So go to UNL and become a pediatrician. Yes, ma'am.
I want to be an FCCLA national officer.
Good. That's a great goal. She wants to be an FCCLA national officer. So we have short-term goals, right? Some of our short-term goals is just get me through the day. I don't know, whatever, right? Your goals can help you catapult you to your future, or they can keep you from your future. So walking down the hallway like this is like saying, I want to be satisfied right now. I want to feel good right now. I want pleasure right now. That's what it's like. But when your focus is your goals, and you walk down the hallway looking straight ahead, you will achieve them. On your marks, get set, go. You have 1 minute. You made $0. $0. A lot of $0 out here. At the end of this talk, I will pay you all your $0. So come up here and I can give those to you. How many of you made up to between 1 and 10? Good. Okay. What's the biggest amount you made? How many did you guys make? 100. Did anyone make more than 100? More than 100? Anybody? How many did you make? Did you really? Are you lying? You made 431, really? What? Come down here. Yeah, come on, let's go. As partners, yeah, I need both of you. You're a team. So you did 431. 21, I'm sorry, keep adding your score. You ladies, come down here.
Oh my God.
And you had 100. 125. What did you guys do?
Speed round, stack them up. It's like this. Go. Rack them up.
What'd you guys do? Hello. Good job, guys. Give them a round of applause. So, if you would have been aware and working as a team and collaborating instead of warring each other, you would have made $125 or $421. Think of that. You guys have to work as a team. You got to look out for each other. You got to look out for each other. You guys are fabulous. Thank you.